Stay away from people who act like a victim in a problem that they created. There are people like that in the world, or some of you obviously know some of them. But they act like a victim in a problem that they created. That's gaslighting. There are people that do that. My antidote to that is this. Spend more time with people with whom you have a common future instead of a common past.
Listen, ladies, a man telling you the truth is not bashing. You have to, if you are a feminine woman with a man who cares about you, whether this is your husband, your brother, your father, criticism is not an attack. Men only correct something they care about. If a man doesn't offer you perspective and direction, he does not care about you. So all of you ladies who think that these men in your inbox calling you beautiful and hey queen, they're only interested in getting what they want from you. There's no investment there. Real men who care about, when I say real men, I'm talking about mature men who have grown into themselves. We invest in what we care about.
All I'm trying to say is, I think that we have an issue where we tell women that they are perfect, they can do no wrong, you're a goddess, you're a queen, you slay queen, you're amazing. Every man should want you at your best and put up with you at your worst and all this kind of stuff. We don't say that to men. Women are the ones being told we're already perfect, we don't need to change.
The person that challenges you and holds you accountable loves you more than the person that lets you stay the same and settle.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So I got a video for you guys from Life in the Ash Lane, I think, on TikTok. And she is going over what a narcissist is, and she has seemed to figured out exactly what women really mean when they use this word. And as you guys know, modern women nowadays, they like to throw this word around very loosely, and 9 times out of 10 they're using it incorrectly, or they don't even know what it means. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
I know I done figured it out, and nobody's gonna be able to tell me anything differently. This word narcissist that y'all use 24/7, 365 is how y'all are getting away from being in relationships and having to actually put in. Well, what do you mean, Ash? Y'all will label these men as narcissists because they have actual wants and needs. And the moment that that man uses any I statement, I feel, we, I need, I want, see, you're a narcissist, it's always about you. No. The fact of the matter is, a lot of women are selfish. A lot of women lack accountability. A lot of women refuse to admit, I made a mistake and I messed this up. It is so much easier for them to say, he's a narcissist. It had to be his way. He was so controlling. He gaslit me. No, y'all are not using these terms correctly all the time. A lot of times it's, you don't have any communication skills. Most of the times it's, you don't have any conflict resolution skills. And 99% of the time, it's y'all are selfish. But what do I know? I'm just a pick-me.
Yeah, another pick-me that's been picked, by the way. That's why I find it so funny that women use that term for these women, because most of the women that y'all use this term on, they either got their pick of the litter or they already picked or chosen anyway. So really, that term is just stupid. However, I do want to say this, though, because the term narcissist actually means somebody who pretty much always deflects and put the blame on the other person and gaslights. Let me ask you a question, fellas. When was the last time you heard a woman admit that she was wrong about something, took 100% accountability for a mistake that she made without blaming it on somebody else or something else? Don't worry, I'll wait. Yeah, me either. That's the whole point. But they use this, but they so quick to use the term narcissist on men though, right? Funny how that works. They really describing themselves. Let's keep it moving.
Most women out here don't want to deal with a man who's going to say, baby, nah, don't wear that. Nah, baby, don't talk like that. They don't really want to deal with that. They rather deal with the dude who let them say and do whatever they want to do. And they think if a man be a man, he's toxic.
So my question was, do you fuck with a real woman?
Let me answer that question.
And the reason why I asked
is
is because if you fuck with a real woman, she's going to agree with you. Hey, maybe I shouldn't step outside wearing this nasty ass shit.
Let me answer that. This is the problem. The real woman is standing too close to the hoes, so we don't know the difference until we start talking to y'all. I met a lot of women. I don't care if they from the hood. I don't care if they got two parents. Their interests are the same. It's like right now, right? If you see 10 lions coming down the street, are you going to try to figure out which lion going to bite your ass or not? You're going to be like them 10 lions. So unfortunately, the real woman agree with too much shit that these hoes is on, so we don't know the fucking difference. Y'all gotta stand far away from the hoes because y'all dress like them. Y'all wear the same shit they wear. Y'all listen to the same music they listen to. Y'all stand for the same shit they stand for. In most cases, not you, baby, but in most cases, the real women got too much in common with the hoes. Let me give you an example. We from the hood and all that, but a street nigga that's really out in the plug, that's really out there doing that dumb shit, he ain't got shit in common with me. So we look mad different. The women, y'all look too much, talk too much, and act too much like the bitches who ain't shit. So we don't know the difference.
Society done created an environment where women don't have to be accountable. Like women literally get to live in fantasy land. And if anybody speaks against that, then they're a misogynist. There's no self-work that has to be done. No, there's a man out there that's going to take you for who you are. You don't have to change anything. You can just show up and this man is going to be everything that you need him to be. But then these women get out here in reality and start moving like that and treat them like options.
Yep.
And then they're like, well, damn, this is ridiculous. All men ain't nothing. No. You need to look in that mirror and do some self-work. Your ass is not perfect. I said something a while back. Women all the time say, you know, hey, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. But what have you ever heard a woman admit to doing wrong?
It ain't too often.
So if they can answer that question for me, then we can further this conversation.
Absolutely.
But again, women have unrealistic expectations, and anybody that calls them on that is a villain. Yeah. That's bad. How we ever gonna get on the same page if y'all refuse to be accountable? Society done created it.
Shout out to Cruise Season. That brother said the exact same thing I said. Yeah, how are men supposed to be the leaders that women claim men are not being leaders if we can't even hold y'all accountable? Part of being a leader is holding other people accountable as well as themselves. That's why when I did that video yesterday and women said they make better leaders than men, bro, it was kind of hard to keep that chuckle in because I'm thinking to myself, y'all don't even like taking accountability for shit. So how can y'all sit over here and say y'all the better leaders? That's puzzling to me, especially when women don't even want female bosses. They would rather have male bosses. But he's 100% right. Until women start owning up to their mistakes and things of that nature, we're never going to get past this. We're never going to get past this. And women are going to get stuck with men. Wet noodle back, beta male, or, you know, I know some people don't like that term, but I'm going to say this. Weak-minded men with no backbone. And they're going to be over here talking about why aren't men anymore? Because y'all really don't want men to be men anymore. Because y'all want men to let y'all do what y'all want to do, but just pay for everything. Like I said, y'all don't really want leaders. Y'all really don't want husbands. Simps, suckers, and sponsors. That's what they want. Let's keep it moving.
It's not that if he wanted to, he would. It's that if you wanted to, you would. If you wanted to find a man that treats you the way you want to be treated, you would. Ooh, but you didn't, did you? You're still staying with the same dipshit because you want him to change for you. You want him to do better, be a better man. And that's not because you're a good woman. It's because you're too scared to be alone so that you put the responsibility to change onto others. You see, the problem was never them. It has always been you.
You didn't like him? Why is that? Why do you say he was awful?
He was just very possessive. Yes, he had traditional views, but it was very more like, no, you are mine. Like, gross.
He didn't like that I liked to party.
Just a lot of the comments that he made were very misogynistic and very, like, not okay. Just like, oh, I don't want anybody else to see your body. Just the way that it was said, I feel like is...
So he didn't want you going out partying. He wanted you to dress modestly. Were there any other things that you considered misogynistic?
Well, he for sure thinks that men are better than women. He didn't want her to have a career.
He was very fast with like talking about the future. And he was like, would you want to still work if you had children?
This guy's my hero. Like, I mean, everything that he's saying sounds awesome. I don't actually understand what the problem is. Like, he sounds great.
Yeah, I think...
Ladies, the more masculine a man is, the more controlling he's going to be. This does not mean that he's going to be insecure. This means that he's always looking to protect you. That's why he always pays attention to everything that you do, because he's always looking out for your best interest. If you're not used to a man like that and you don't trust him, you're going to see it as controlling. You're going to think he's trying to take over your life. But in reality, he's just a true alpha, and that's just how they are built. So if you trust this man, if you know that this man loves you, if you know that he wants to give you everything, if you know that you can be led by this man, listen to this man and trust this man, because he's only looking to elevate you and position you in a better place. And a great way for you to realize this is to ask yourself, whenever he's trying to redirect you, is this for my benefit and the benefit of this relationship? And if the answer is yes, there you have it.
I saw a video recently where a black woman was asking who the hell can correct black women. And then another black woman stitched it and was all dramatic, like, who's not telling black women? Y'all don't understand what she's saying. Black women overwhelmingly are not receptive to constructive or critical feedback, are not receptive to accountability. Okay? Overwhelmingly so, to where when somebody like me says, being a baby mama is not the goal, y'all want to get in the comments and defend baby mama-ness, as opposed to just reflecting and saying, you know what? If I could do it over again, I would not have had this man's child, but I love my children. Woo, woo, woo. I could say being a crackhead is not what it is. Y'all gonna say, you judging. Woo, woo, woo. Like, y'all don't want any level of standard for yourselves because you're still full of shame for the decisions that you've made.
I feel like it all just comes down to trust. Like, if you and your partner have an understanding of, like, you wouldn't be doing anything if I'm not there, I'm not going to do anything if you're not there, or just like that understanding, it shouldn't be an issue if you want to hang out with your friends.
I think that's lies that women tell themselves so that they can do what they want, to be honest
if I trust you.
Because if you're in a committed relationship, and if the purpose of the relationship is eventually marriage, which seems like you guys, even though you have very loose, like, boundaries about relationships, like you're very open and you're really modern about things, like everybody kind of says they want to get married at a certain point. So it's like, you're all saying, I want a strong man who's going to lead, who's got his shit together, who isn't in his feelings, who has, you know, if he has a boundary, he's going to be upfront. He's not going to violate it later. Yeah. But then on the other hand, you're like, but I also want him to let me hang out with my guy friends. And I want him to be okay with me dabbling with women. And I want him to let me do what I want when I want. Do you see like where I'm going with it? How it sounds like you guys kind of want the strong guy who's going to hold it together, but you also want him to like let you do whatever you want.
Now I want to show you some examples of what a real narcissist is, because in these two situations, the women were dead wrong and they still deflected the blame on the man. Check this out.
One time when I was taking a shower at my ex's house, I come out of the shower and I see him going through my phone, and I had no idea he even knew my passcode. So I'm like tripping out. He's tripping out because for the life of me, I could not be faithful to this man. I immediately lunge for the phone. He starts running. I'm chasing him around his apartment. The towel has fallen. Obviously he was very agitated, but I knew he hadn't gotten to the hard hitters yet because there was some crazy stuff on there, and his reaction was like upset, but not like flabbergasted. So he lets me back inside, and I come back in, and I'm like, listen, obviously we're done. Just give me the phone. Let's part ways. Like, I was such a little bitch. I couldn't even apologize. We were wondering what happened. We got back together a week later and dated for another 8 months.
When data starts coming out that shows that women cheat more than men nowadays, I'm not going to be surprised. Women like this are out of their minds. She wouldn't even apologize. Do not ignore the red flags that come with women like this. She uses a lot of makeup. She's very active on social media. Looks like she's probably had some work done. Probably likes to go out a lot. Probably has friends that are known to be promiscuous.
I'm just so freaking tired of men of this generation. Like, they suck so bad. I honestly just got told that I'm dishonest and I'm a cheater and I'm weird because I responded to a guy that keeps trying to hit me up on all my socials. And I told him, like, hey, no, you have to stay blocked. My boyfriend's the one that blocked you. All of a sudden, I'm a cheater. I'm dishonest. I'm disloyal.
So you got a boyfriend and you respond to a man that hits you up on every social media platform. Your boyfriend gets on your phone and blocks that same man that's trying to get at you, and yet you find a way to respond. I would have blocked you. Men suck so much, but your boyfriend set a boundary and you still found a way to cross it. You're responding to a man, period, point blank, and you're in a whole relationship. And you know that man wants you. But yet again, hey, men suck so bad in this generation. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
So we got two examples. One is a girl who clearly is cheating on her boyfriend and she knows it. And instead of taking any accountability, oh no, we're just gonna, break up. And dude, whoever you are, you a goofy for taking that chick back. Only to date her another 8 months. Come on now. And then the other woman, this man literally blocked this dude only for you to turn around and unblock him in order to tell him that he had to stay blocked. So yes, ma'am, you did cross that boundary, and that's why he's not dealing with you anymore. And you saw how she tried to sit up there and say, I don't know what's men anymore. Something wrong, but he called me this and I'm a cheater. Because I'm like, yeah, because you literally crossed that boundary. You crossed the one. I tell you, bro, like these type of women will give you a headache because just watching this and reacting to this is making my head hurt. Let's keep it moving.
I'll tell you when I realized that I had been given a shut-up ring, and it's probably not what you expect. I realized the first few weeks of our marriage. This long impending long distance with no end in sight. I wanted commitment. I wanted to know that there was an end to this and that there was going to be commitment at the end of the road. It's going to be better when. It's going to be better when we move and we live in the same place. It's going to be better when we're married. And lo and behold, after the wedding, when the dust settled from all the wedding bliss, nothing was better.
So he gave you everything you wanted and you still weren't happy. This happens a lot for people who don't understand. Those partners who are constantly badgering you, they want more, they want more, they want more, they want to move in, they want to do this, they want to move on their pace and not your pace. So you speed up your pace. And then they get exactly what they've been wanting all these years. And then they go, oh, after this big fancy wedding, after getting the ring, after moving in, after everything that I said I wanted, I'm still not happy. So now I'm not going to take accountability. I'm going to call this a shut up ring, and I'm going to warn the other girls that these men are bad and not what we're pressing them to do is bad. That is by far the craziest shit I think I've ever heard on the internet. How they flip it. It's a shut up ring. What do you mean it's a shut up ring? If you ask someone who loves you for something over and over and you make it seem that serious and then they give it to you, right? Say, even if he didn't want to get married, like he chose against himself to give you what you wanted, how could you call that a shut up ring? He went against his own interest, his own heart to give you what you wanted. Then get on the internet and a bunch of women are like, yes, girl, same thing happened to me. I begged and pleaded for a ring, got one, and realized it was a shut up ring. That is about the craziest shit.
Because you're the one saying that men are trash, and yet you're sleeping with them all day, every day. It's the women that sleep around the most that will say men are trash. The women in healthy relationships are not usually the ones saying that. So if this formula is working, why are you allowing trash to enter your vagina?
Wait a minute!
That nigga got a point.
I
had an older lady tell me a real man is not going to be ruled by a woman. Don't go down the path of expressing criticism, disapproval, and an ultimate lack of acceptance for your husband because it may cause rebellion. She's telling the truth. A real man is not going to allow himself to be a pushover to the woman he has chosen. Men with their sense of manhood and integrity and dignity intact have this innate desire and need to not be subdued and walked over. A real man is not going to be ruled by his wife. It insults his sense of manhood. Women who have succeeded in breaking their husbands such that their husbands allow their wives to rule over them, those are ultimately men who they find themselves no longer attracted to.
This is probably one of the rarest moments I heard a woman say what a real man is, and I actually agree with it. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that's with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.